Okay, we're back. Bills are paid. I'm E.L. Crane. I'm joined by the cute one, Chris Blackwell, the one in the greater group, and the lovely one, E.L. Crane. And then, what?
Me and Chris were both going to grab our crowns for a second. Good Lord.
Well, I think we should anyway.
Oh, God, Jesus. See, this is why I got to deal with people.
Yes.
He's so lucky, isn't he?
Very lucky.
I am amongst royalty, to say the least.
He is. I mean,
I'm amongst royalty.
At least we.
Even though we're not in crapola. Or I'm sorry, nasty.
Nasty.
Nasty, yeah.
There's the crap Maryland and nasty England.
Yes.
Okay. You too can live like this in crap Maryland and nasty England.
Yes. Thank you, E.L., for that educational City of the Week this morning.
I try to do what I can.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was sitting there while the dog was harassing me to get fed and go walk, and I was going through the thing. Oh, this works. Crap Maryland. There's all kind of motivations in the world, people.
It really is.
Wow.
It's a beautiful place. Though.
Oh, yeah.
It was.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Of course, Chris thinks they have too many bathrooms.
Yeah,
I did. I'm like,
so many.
one had two bathrooms for every bedroom, and then one was 2.5 bathrooms for every bedroom.
But you know
And
what,
I know
that
you only need one.
No,
So
well, the whole thing, if one to get stopped up, you got somewhere to go.
Now, you know what? That is actually a great idea. I don't know how many couples I know fuss and over the shared space in the bathroom area. So that would be perfect to have two separate areas.
yeah, we've heard even the drama on the Real Estate U Show.
Yes.
If you go through some of our previous episodes.
Yes, it's not pretty. It's not pretty. Limited space, people. Limited space.
Hey.
So, Nina, should there be skepticism when it comes to less than market value pricing for a property?
There should be not skepticism, but research. So what's going on? Is the seller, sometimes it's simply there's nothing wrong with the property.
Right.
Sellers hit a bad situation in their life and needs to cut the property loose in a quick way. Okay, so
I'm going to go to the dark side.
and the flip side is, go ahead, E.O.
I'm going to the dark side. There's no insulation in the walls. They got bodies buried up under the floorboards. They try to get rid of it. Why? What are those shallow graves in the back? What does that mean? I mean,
It's not fluffy. But Dina has a good point there. But then I was looking for a client doing some research, and I saw a home listed for $100,000 that popped up for one of our clients' search criteria, which their criteria is very specific for the price and the tax rate. And I was like, why is this home? What's wrong with this house? Like, this house is comping for like $280. Why you got it? Their agent listed it on the MLS for $100,000 and said they just want you. There's nothing wrong with this house. They just want the highest and best that you can give.
What?
They were trying to create a multiple offer situation. So if y'all don't know what that is, I mean, it is what it is. But think about it like an auctioneer. You know how people get excited when they see other offers coming in, and so everybody then gets caught up in this adrenaline fueled process at that point and start overbidding sometimes. So that was the hope of this tactic.
And it didn't happen.
I don't know. We didn't play with them.
We didn't join in that game.
Because I've always been a little skeptical. Like, wait a minute, $250,000 house in a $400,000 neighborhood. I need to know, is it still there or is it just the foundation?
But even in our market currently here in Houston, I mean, you'll see that quite often that we have properties that are, Oak Forest is a great section that you have a mixture of new construction going on that they've actually ripped down the houses that were built in the 50s and 60s, and then you'll see the homes that are standing that there are different variations of rehab processes. I mean, we've seen from studs, we've seen homes that have foundation issues, we've seen homes that only need some minor repairs, and so you see a wide range of prices going on. And that's really where it comes in. We do more analysis on those properties for our clients that they can see, where do we need to, how much money are you going to have to put in this to actually get it up to what homes are comping for in the neighborhood.
But normally, though, doesn't that listing say land value?
No.
It doesn't say
That's
land value?
up to the real estate professional to research and advise their client on. There's so many variables, as you guys have both mentioned, in terms of what should happen. And I do come across wholesalers who say, hey, there's a $5,000, let me just give an example, $5,000 non-refundable earnest money. We're going to have the house open for 4 hours today.
Wow.
And then you have a herd of people going in. And this is where it's very important, because sometimes these deals are awesome.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the unknowns can be very devastating for a novice investor. And so the guys that kind of have some guidance and know what's happening, their realtors immediately are working out the numbers. They take their inspector, who maybe can't do a thorough inspection, but visually are more attuned to what to look for.
Right.
And Dina's saying inspector, but also contractors.
Yes,
Maybe they'll bring their general contractor.
Okay.
Instead of a licensed inspector, they'll bring their general contractor.
Thank you.
So that way they can say, yeah, I think, just rough number, it's going to cost $60,000 to fix this up.
Yes.
Like I have a good friend that lives over in the Heights. I'm talking about the original Heights.
Yeah.
And she's living on a lot that can accommodate a 6-pack of townhomes.
Oh, wow.
Okay. She is relentless in her efforts not to sell. Okay?
Wow.
Her last offer was, sell us the property, we'll give you one of the townhomes, free and clear, outside of the sale price we'll give you for the land. And her response was,
I don't like stairs.
exactly. That's it. I don't want stairs.
You better be including an elevator in this thing.
Yeah.
Because she's in a cottage, and on both sides and across the street are 800,000 plus townhomes. But her lot is the largest oversized lot on that street, and it can accommodate that many.
You're talking about this. So I traveled week before last for training. I was in Clearwater Beach, Florida, and I decided to take a little tour after the seminar was done.
Right.
And we're on the boat there in the bay, and they said that they're telling us about it, and they're like, oh, that house is called the Old Lady House, and it's this cute 2-story house, and they have condos and everything around it that's been built up. But apparently since the 60s, people were trying to buy this house, and she would not do it. You know what she did? She put that house in a 99-year trust.
Oh, wow.
That it can't be sold for 99 years.
99.
Wow.
And she died 5 years ago.
Oh,
Wow.
94 to go. But you have some, and my friend is like that. Her whole thing was, she has been anti-new construction on her street. I understand everything's going. Her thing was, all of those original Heights cottages.
Yeah.
And she showed me pictures. It's a whole different thing, because she wasn't in that Heights area that had the deterioration.
Yeah.
She was in the Heights area that's more historical, and the families had been there generationally,
Yes.
and they kept up the cottages and stuff like that. And she just has this thing. This was where me and my mom lived at.
I really don't blame her, because that neighborhood is known for that, and then you have their Christmas lights in the Heights,
Yeah.
and their other different first Saturday
Yeah.
the month, all their different little quirky things that they do and that they're known for.
And she does not accommodate. She does not accommodate. I tease her all the time. Last time I talked to her 2 days ago, I said, you're my retirement plan, right? She says, get off my phone. Yeah, because we gonna retire when you finally get ready to sell this thing.
I mean, sometimes too, we have to write into a listing agreement. Our recommended list price was this, because sometimes the seller will want a particular price, and they are sellers are bosses, so to say.
Right.
So we're going to do what they want or not work with them at all.
Right.
So sometimes the sellers say, well, we'll leave it up there for about a good month, and if I don't get any traction, then I'll give your price a second look. Well, if you do everything verbal, I'm telling any real estate professional out there, follow up with everything in writing.
Yes.
Recap it. If you don't put it in an agreement, follow up with an email or something like this, because what happens is after the month or two passes, they forgot that we had that conversation about the price, and they're angry with the real. Somebody's got to be blamed. It ain't going to be them.
Yes.
And it's always something.
Yeah.
It's always something.